Hi, good morning, everyone. My name is Gurudeep Ramakrishna, and I lead marketing here at MyParichay. I'd like to welcome you all to this webinar session. This is the fourth of a series of webinars by MyParichay and htmediashine.com. These webinars are focused on social media and social recruitment. And both these companies, MyParichay and htmediashine.com, are leading the social hiring revolution in India by delivering the most effective and innovative technologies in this space. Part of the HT Media Group, Shine.com, is India's first social job portal and the fastest growing recruitment portal. And I hope you were enjoying the Tum God Ho campaign that we've been running for the last month. You must have come across that on television channels, on the newspapers as well. I'd like to encourage you to actually visit shine.com after this webinar to actually in particular experience how each job is today powered by MyParichay, allowing every candidate to view his job and also to become and view connections and friends that he can perhaps refer or even get referred within your company to become a source of and actually become a source of good quality referrals for you. MyParichay is a dedicated group of successful entrepreneurs, HR professionals, and computer scientists that want to capture the spirit behind a Parichay, basically an introduction from a known person to transform how people achieve their career potential and companies find the best quality talent. Today's webinar is a workshop on social ATS and how to build a socially collected talent pipeline. Well, just to give you a context, with the fast-changing business needs today, the demand for talent is becoming more real-time than ever before. HR organizations have the challenge of maintaining a ready pool of candidates to hire from, whether the company is hiring today or for tomorrow. And as HR leaders, we're constantly on the lookout to build an active candidate pool that can help meet our business needs. And on the other side, I want to also put some context of social and the social networks today. 9 out of every 10 internet users have a Facebook account, and its subscribers comprise of people in our company, our competitors, our customers, and our vendors, and the world at large. Facebook is undeniably changing how individuals are accessing information about your employer brand. And it's imperative that you and your HR organization is leveraging this network to generate talent leads and to stay ahead of talent competitors. And the context coming back to today's webinar is to try and see, we will share with you how you can leverage your social ATS platforms and bring social networks together to integrate them and be able to build an active candidate pool. So without further delay, I'd like to introduce you to Ranjan Sinha. He's the chairman of MyParichay and Summit HR. Welcome, Sir Ranjan, and I'll let you take over.
Thank you, Guru. Good morning. So in the next 50 minutes, which is a relatively little bit of a short time, but what I'd like to do is share with you some more recent data and research we have seen in how companies are using social recruitment tools, and that includes Facebook, LinkedIn, which are primarily the two pieces, and then get into some specific examples of how some of major companies in India are leveraging the social ATS platform from MyParichay and from Shine HT Media. And the goal is not to go into a very in-depth feature by feature look into our social ATS because the time wouldn't permit that. For that, I would encourage for you to get in touch with Gurudeep, and he'll be more than happy to organize and arrange for a much more one-on-one demonstration of the product and discussion of the feature set. LinkedIn recently released its survey, and it's their third annual global recruitment trends, and it's a survey of about 4,000 plus managers who are in the talent sourcing recruitment space across 19 countries. And not surprisingly, when they were asked what is the most important trend they believe is shaping the future of recruiting, number 1 and 2 are not surprising. They believe that social and professional networks will change, especially the quality of hire. And the second part is employer branding is a competitive threat and an advantage. And I'll just deep dive into this a little bit more later on. The next slide, they were asked, what is the best, what are their top priorities for 2013? And this is where you see some distinct shifts between what the priorities for Indian managers in India are versus managers in other countries. And not surprisingly, probably in India, the most important is the quality of hire. Especially, so we know that in India, there is a large talent pool. Every year, at least 3-4 million college graduates come in. But really, as an organization, if you are, or most of us are very focused on high quality talent. And to go after the high quality talent, you're not really trying to pool across a large, you're not trying to pull people out of a large pool of 5-10 million people. It's really a very, very small set. And you're typically competing for those handful of high quality people across your quote unquote employer brand competitors. And even a little bit of shift on that employer branding would make the not getting that quality talent, but having to deal with a talent that's perhaps not of high quality. And the other part is point number 3. If you look at when you are going to look after quality talent, the chances are the traditional methods are only going to be fairly limited. Your employees are high quality people, and their network, both their Facebook network and their LinkedIn network, probably has more talent like that. And so one of the things as we design our platform, we allow the recruiter to tap into both LinkedIn and Facebook network of the candidate, and simultaneously allow the recruiter to leverage both their networks in as seamless a fashion as possible. The other important trend, and a lot of maybe a year and a half ago, people were still discussing and debating where are social and professional networks going as it relates to recruitment. I think based on the customers I work with and the deep level of interest, and based on the study that you can see, this is not a flash in the pan. When these leaders were asked what they believe is the single most important thing that will shape recruitment, social and professional network is right on the top, followed by how do you effectively manage employer branding, which is across a wide range of media now. It is on Facebook, it's on LinkedIn, it's on your own website or the internet, on job boards, which still do play a very important role in the talent marketplace. And the last part is boosting the referral program. Because again, it is not only just a source of talent, it is probably the most critical source of quality talent. So again, as we go into looking at the social ATS, you will see these 3 most important trends are built into the product and designed to give advantage to a user. So I think this is kind of a slide that again reemphasizes if you're looking for quality talent, you need to look at investments in employee referral programs and social and professional networks. Let me move to the last slide here. What's the most effective way to have your employer brand be seen or heard? And again, not surprisingly, your own company website, professional networks like LinkedIn, and social networks like Facebook, social media have gotten the maximum bump over the last 12 months. And again, one of the way the product is designed, the social ATS, is if you post a job through MyParichay social ATS, we will make sure it gets posted on your Facebook page in a structured fashion versus just a stream of posts. You can post it on LinkedIn, you can post it on shine.com, and down the road, post it on Indeed and other places. The idea is one single effort. We want to make sure your brand is in a consistent fashion, is across the major media formats that is relevant for you to reach out to the right talent. And again, mobile is picking up. So given that most people are accessing these from a mobile device, we want to make sure our product works from a mobile device. Guru has already discussed some of these, so I'm going to fast forward this. All of us know that Facebook has a large number of people, especially in the prime hiring age, that are necessarily not on LinkedIn or not necessarily active on the job board. So the approach, our approach isn't to exclude anything. Our approach is to make sure that there are about 40 million people in India that are in prime hiring age, that are not on job boards or not on LinkedIn. We want to make sure you have access to that along with your access to LinkedIn and job board candidates. One of the other interesting phenomena, just like as an employee, as companies want to tap into their employees' network, people have recognized that one of the best ways and the fastest ways to get good jobs and reach out to good companies is to actually tap into not necessarily just your LinkedIn network, but your Facebook network. Because the chances are that your closest friends and family members may be the one that will work the hardest for you to get a job. And this is not surprising. This is a recent Carnegie Mellon study on or who are the most likely people in your social and professional network that can help you get a job. And not surprising, it's really your close friends, family, and ex-colleagues that tend to help you the most. This is a survey that we do every quarter, and we are tracking the top 400 employers in India. And you can see the trend line that in about a year's time, today there are about 148 companies that have an official Facebook page. And the number of companies that now have a very structured job tab on their career page has doubled in the last 12 months. And the industries that are leading this are technology and BPO services industry, not surprising, tend to be more technology savvy. So let me share with you at the heart of the social ATS, what is the core design philosophy. And the approach we have is from the point we post a job through our social ATS, we want to make sure that the job gets posted and distributed across a wide range of media options that you have, some free, some paid. And once the candidate touches your job, wherever they are touching it, we want to make sure that once they get into your pipeline, we want to give you the ability to tap into the network of that candidate, whether they just applied and you rejected them, or they have gone all the way down to your funnel, accepted your offer and started, or accepted your offer and perhaps not started. So all this effort that is being put in, we want to make sure that you are tapping into the extended network of that candidate. And the reason behind this is simple. If you have a low-fit candidate, we have realized that your LinkedIn and Facebook network will tend to have a low-fit candidate, a higher percentage of that, and necessarily not good or bad candidates, not just the right fit for the job. And as you move towards high-fit candidates, you're looking for a technical architect, or you're looking for a chartered accountant, or you're looking for somebody with good voice processing skills. The chances are their cohort will have similar people from similar colleges, similar backgrounds, similar education. And what we want to make sure is we tap into that, and as a recruiter, you have a very simple one-click way to look at that entire network and then contact them. So if you look at your network before, your funnel before, you may have some high-fit candidates in green, some medium-fit candidates in yellow, and then some low-fit candidates. What we do is for each of these candidates, we give you access not just to the people in the funnel, but we give you access to all the people in the network and allow you to filter it by the good fit candidates and give you a mechanism to reach out to them via Facebook and into their message box, that the Facebook messaging that you see. So effectively what we have done is we have created a 360-degree social hiring solution that taps into the job boards, taps into your employees and their social network, and the candidate at any point in your funnel into their social network. So, can I just look at the time?
So we're about 45 minutes to go.
Okay. So what I'd like to do now is share with you the experience that the candidate gets when you use the social ATS, and then from there walk back to how as a recruiter you start from posting a job and then managing the entire process till that candidate who has seen your job has applied to you.
I just wanted to run a quick poll with
Okay.
folks. Let me just quickly launch one of these polls. So while you're addressing this poll, I'd like to ask everybody to please post your questions in the question box available in the GoToWebinar panel, and we'll take these questions towards the later part of the webinar. So yeah, please make sure you do fill in your details.
Okay. So as a first step towards reaching out, I think I'm going to assume you're using the traditional method. You're posting a job, and that job is getting posted on a job board on Shine. And so the next piece is, how do you ensure that job is available on your Facebook page? And I think we have all understand the value of having a Facebook page and creating the fan base and how the fan base can reach out to their friends. But I think it's important that the Facebook page, you have a separate career Facebook page. And if you see the best practices, companies are creating separate Facebook pages that are focused on the career. And it's important to keep that separate, because the purpose of your career page is to build your employer brand and a talent pool versus your customer community. And one reason, if you really can't merge both these needs into a single page, because what will end up happening is a lot of people who may be your customers have no real relevance working for your company will end up getting a lot of posts that they will get turned off on. So it's important to decide and allow the user to come in and say, I'm interested in hearing from you because as it relates to my career needs, or I'm interested to hear from you because I'm interested in buying your product. And that way, the communication to them is very distinct. It's of value. Otherwise, it's one of the top reasons why people unlike your page. And the second part is you need to make the content on your page interesting and relevant. And that's where the customers that we work with here, HT Media Shine becomes a very important critical partner to these customers, because they are experts in ensuring the content and the management of the page is done in a high quality professional way versus a bunch of comments just floating around, etc. So I think it's an important part once you put a Facebook page and you want to manage your brand on that page. It's important to have a tie-up with a strong partner that understands how to manage content, create content, and manage your brand. And I'll get into some of these examples later on. The next part I think it's important is when you create a Facebook page, it's important to create a career tab, because that's where when somebody is coming to your page, you need to have a structured place to search for jobs by location, by title, by skills, etc., versus having to keep going up and down on your wall. And so that's really an important component, and through our social ATS, you can automatically install a career tab on your Facebook page, and that works consistently with your posting on the job board and consistently with that being posted on your career website if you have one. So one of the advantages of when you use a social ATS, MyParichay social ATS, and you post a job, the first thing as a recruiter it does for you is it takes the job and informs your network in real time using Facebook Open Graph feature. So all your friends, and you can share that automatically on LinkedIn, will get an information that you have posted a job, and they can now click on the job, and I'll share with you the experience they get and how the responses will all be collected for you in a single dashboard on the back end. We do track how your jobs are being distributed on LinkedIn, Twitter, etc., and then we give you a report to see which areas of your media is more effective in terms of getting you responses. And I think the last point I can't emphasize, and most of the major corporations that value their brand actually now work with our partner HD Media to make sure that the Facebook page is being professionally managed in a vigilant fashion and the content being put on it is relevant to the user base or the fan base that's coming in. Let me share a few more slides, and then I'll get into some actual demos. These are some important features of the social ATS that perhaps you may have a question later on, so I wanted to cover this. So the first feature we have is what you see here is the back-end response of somebody who has applied. So anyone who applies for your job, irrespective of where it's posted, LinkedIn, Shine, another job board, or your Facebook page, it all comes back to a single backend. And one of the capabilities you have is you can search the applicant's network. So that's one of the more powerful capabilities. And if somebody has applied, let's say to an employee referral, where the employee has just given you the phone number, etc., and they have applied through a mechanism where they have not used MyParichay mechanism, you can invite them to MyParichay, and through that you can then start searching the network. The second piece is the moment that candidate you have invited to MyParichay joins MyParichay, you are immediately notified. And that could be a candidate that's sitting in your ATS in the past. And the moment they join, you are told, this person has joined your MyParichay, and now you can go and search the network. Like any ATS, one of your sources of candidates could be consulting companies, and the ATS allows you to set up your consultants, and as they send candidates to you, it'll again get it'll be collected for you, and you will know the source of the candidate. So it'll tell you it's from your Facebook page, it'll tell you it's from your website, it'll tell you it's from Shine, or it'll tell you it's from a consultant. And it allows consultants to view all your jobs. They can submit resumes. It manages deduplication based on your workflow rules. It will alert the consultant. And so some of the basic ATS features are in there. It allows you to create a customizable job email template for you to manage your marketing campaigns through the system. So if you have a candidate list that you have downloaded from a job board, or you have candidate list that you have in your existing ATS or an Excel spreadsheet, you can import it into an ATS and engage in a what we would call a social mechanism to reach out to these candidates, where they can not only apply but refer their friends. You can track who has referred, etc. So I think we talked about the deduplication. So at this point, I will stop and jump into some demos at this point. Okay. So let me start with, I'm going to start with various examples. This is IBM Business Process Management. So as you can see, they have a Facebook page, and I'm going to start with what the candidate sees and work my way back to the point this job was posted and how the responses are being managed. So now when you come to a Facebook page, I think it's very important that the content is very well managed. So now if you can see on this page, the content is all relevant. And this is being managed by HT Media, making sure the content is developed, work with the marketing department of IBM, post it, and then make sure as people are asking questions, there is an active management of that response, which again is done very effectively by Shine HT Media. Now, when a candidate comes here, we need to give them an option to be able to go in and search for jobs. So this job again is posted from the social ATS. It's available. The candidate can come, search by location, search by title, and let's say the candidate is interested in a senior international voice. So one of the advantages you can immediately see, the moment the candidate clicks on it, the first thing MyParichay does is looks at their Facebook and LinkedIn network and starts recommending friends or friends of friends that they can apply to. And at that point, there are two advantages for it. First of all, the chances are the candidate feels much more associated with their organization. They can see which of their colleagues or friends or ex-colleagues have been here. And through a simple click, they can either say apply to a friend, and when they click on it, it'll basically gather some basic information that is on Facebook. The system allows you to store a bunch of resumes. If you have uploaded one, it will give you the option, or you can basically upload a resume. And so I'm going to, at this point, click on some. The PDF document, okay. And then I can say, why? Not sure why this is not doing. Okay, here it is. Okay, for some reason it just, and then when I hit continue, it is basically now going to
delay.
Yeah, I'm not sure why this is.
Perhaps the internet is kind of slow on this. Bear with us, good people. Is that a big file?
Okay, let me, I'm going to, for some reason, I'm not sure why that's not. So in this case, I'm looking, so in that case, I was trying to apply to a friend. Here, I'm trying to apply to a mutual friend. And in this case, I have a friend who can introduce me to Erica. And I can ask for an introduction. And again, does the same thing. It'll ask me to attach a resume, and I can hit continue, and it'll basically send a message to Blair asking, can you introduce me to Erica? The other things I can do, if I want, I can directly apply to the job. And again, it'll ask me for a bunch of basic information, and I can then upload the rest, submit the application. I can refer friends if I want. So you can see the job, and I can say it can't auto-suggest a friend, but maybe I have a friend that I believe may be relevant for the job. I can pick the friend, and I can say refer. And again, when I hit refer, Vivek is going to get a Facebook message saying Ranjan is interested in referring you to the job. And obviously, I can do the basic share on Facebook, LinkedIn, etc. So that's the experience that somebody that comes to the Facebook tab, career tab on the Facebook page. Now, this same job is automatically distributed to a bunch of city job boards automatically from you through the social ATS. So let's say somebody comes to Bangalore job on Facebook and is looking for a voice processing job. They will click on it, and it basically, you can see it brings up the same job from Bangalore jobs. And again, the experience is very consistent. When they click on it, they will see that same job listing. It will again, although they are at this point not on your IBM Facebook page, they are completely somewhere else, they will again get the same experience. Now, the same job is now automatically posted on Shine, and if I click on it on Shine page at this point, what you will see is again the same jobs are posted there, and the candidate can click on it from Shine. You will see the entire job description, and at this point, the candidate has the ability to either apply, or they can decide to apply through their friend. And it takes them through a basic message, gives them the comfort that one of the things we ensure that all your job interaction is not getting publicly posted on Facebook. And that's where MyParichay ensures that's a completely private process. So again, the candidate will be able to now come to Shine. They can hit continue, download, look at it, and again, it's bringing back the same friends. So you can see how one posting you do from the social ATS, it's now available on Facebook page. It's available on various city job boards on Facebook. It's available on Shine, and the experience is consistent. And it doesn't matter where the candidate has responded, referred, or has applied to a friend. I'll share with you later. We'll get back to the same common dashboard. So that's the candidate experience that we talked about. Let me switch out of this and for a moment log into the social ATS. So I'm going to log in. This is, sorry, hold on. Okay. Okay. So this is another company, and I'm going to use them as an example. So this is the login that a recruiter would see to our social ATS. And our social ATS has a couple of modules. It has a basic job posting module and a job distribution module. So you can post post a job, distribute it across Facebook, LinkedIn, job boards, etc. It has another module which we call campaign management, where you can take a list of candidates and then do an email campaign. But the difference is any responses you get through it, you're not just getting the candidate's resume, you're getting their entire network to search through. And the last module that is integrated into it is the employee referral module. And the idea is that both your employer branding, your outbound email campaign management, and your employee referral, if you want all the three modules, they are tightly integrated. So as a recruiter, you would come in and it's a relatively simple to set up. It's a complete self-service product where once we give you your admin, whoever is the admin login and ID, the admin is able to set up their own divisions, branches, add new recruiters, delete recruiters, add employees. If you're managing an employee referral program, manage all the employee referral marketing programs, etc. So one of the things first thing it asks you as a recruiter is to connect your account with Facebook, and there is various reasons for it, because that capability gives you to search through the network of all your respondents. So now as a recruiter, you have this common ATS functionality. Jobs, you can manage a job, which means you can add a job, delete a job, you can manage responses. There are a bunch of automated reports that you get, dispute report in case there is issue, who submitted the candidate, etc. There's an entire campaign management where you can import candidate list, manage the candidate list, create email campaigns, and then manage the responses. Settings is where once you get an admin ID, you have the ability to automatically set up your company, for example, in the company settings, you would be able to basically add new division or business, or if you've opened a new branch, you would be able to add new kinds of other. If you're supporting multiple clients, you can do that. You can set up new branches. You can add a company logo, etc. And that's really an admin function that the admin will do one time. This is where you can create your recruitment funnel, and that is important because you can add new status, you can reorder the status, and for each status, if you want, you can assign what we call a score, and that score really becomes a way for you to start rewarding maybe your employees, depending on where that candidate have reached in a funnel. So you may be able to keep an incentive and excitement in your employee base without for them to wait for their friend to have started, etc. So it's really a gamification element in the platform. You can do employee settings, and this is where you can add new employees. You can import an entire employee list. You can add recruiters. And then another thing the platform allows you to do for your employees who are logging in, you can manage different kinds of ads. Let me start with how would you post a job. So you go, you would post a new job. Very simple. You can add the basic stuff. The product is internationalized, so you can decide what currency, etc. You can type in the job description. In this case, the Facebook page has already been installed. So there may be jobs, if you don't want on your Facebook page, you can undo it. The other thing it does is you can add target companies. And target companies is where you want to hire people from. And that becomes important because, as I'll share with you, today MyParichay has about 20 million plus contactable profiles from Facebook in India. And so it will actually recommend you people that match the skill and are from the target company that you can reach out to. So again, you can post the job, and as I shared with you, once you post the job, it will get posted on Shine, Indeed, your own career Facebook page, and your website if that's what you're particular about. So that's how you would create a job. And once you have created it, and again, if you have consultants, you can set them up and they'll get an email basically informing them that this job is available for them to upload resumes. And as like any recruiter, once you have done all this, your next big is how do I manage responses? And as you can see, if you have referral amount set up, let's say you're looking, I'm just going to click on any of these jobs. In this case, it's a content analyst. And as you can see, these are the responses coming in. And basically, you have the basic contact information. You can download a resume. You can see who has referred it. In this case, these are employees who have referred it. Direct means this person has come from your Facebook page. There may be, if there is a consultant, then in the source, it will say the consultant's name. And when you see this icon next to it, means this person now you can search through their network if you want. So if you would like, you can go in and say, I want to, one is you can check the history if somebody, this person was already, you had talked to him in the past or some other recruiter had, you could see that. Probably one of the things you may want to do is, I want to search the applicant's network. And at this point, we are going to be able to search through Himanshu Garg's network. So now there are 1,311 people on their network, and let's say I am looking for. I'm just going to type over analyst. I'm not sure. So there are 13 people that have analyst title who are basically friends of Himanshu has applied. And if I want, I can go ahead and say I want to send this person a message. You can basically type in a message. And in this case, Shivam, she is going to basically get her Facebook message will light up. And you can click on it. And let me share with you roughly what she will see. They will see, and I've taken some samples here. What Shivam will see at this point is something like this. And when she clicks on it, she will get this information. In this case, I am the recruiter, would like to discuss a job opening at your company. You can open the request. Now I, as a candidate, I basically see all the message. I can see the entire job description here, etc. So that's one of the most powerful capabilities. I'm not just getting the responses. I'm actually searching through the network of this candidate. And if this was a good voice candidate, we may want to look for a good voice candidate. If this is a good technical architect, I should be able to look for more technical architects in that network. And then the more important part is you can contact them. And we get, just to give you a sense, email blasts typically give our customers 1 to 2% response rate. We get close to 40% plus response rate on Facebook messages and Facebook notifications. So it's an order of magnitude higher. So some of the other things you can do is, so in this case, Jitendra is not on Facebook. I can't search, as you can see, I can't search Jitendra's. I can actually send them an invite to MyParichay, and it will basically send him an invite as an email. And once they join MyParichay, you'll be notified, and then you can go and search through their network. How much time?
With about 15 minutes.
Okay.
We'll probably be ready for.
A few other things we can do. You can obviously assess the applicant's skill, and you can decide to edit it if you want. So you can say these were the required skills. You can add skills, and you can put your comments on it, and that really is just for other recruiters to see, because you can share individual folders or individual candidates with other recruiters. This is where your pipeline, your recruitment funnel status is defined. Another feature I want to quickly cover is, let's say you have a candidate list from a job board or from your ATS. You can basically manage that, import that candidate list into MyParichay. So you import the list. You can give it a name, just like any importing a file, you can import it. And then after that, what you will be able to do is, once you have done that, you can go ahead and then create an email campaign. And for example, all the jobs that you have posted will be available. You can pick the job. The system will automatically create the title. It will pick up the recruiter's name automatically, put the job title, the same email, and you can do an email blast. And as I mentioned, the advantage is everybody who responds to this email, you're not only getting his resume or their resume, you're even getting their network research. So the basic idea is to have a very simple current generation ATS that has social capabilities embedded at all levels. And it's an ATS that is very easy to install and manage. It's an entire SaaS-based model. And you need to get one user admin created, and after that point, you have the ability to, if you want to manage your branches, sub-branches, add recruiters, you can automatically install an employee referral module, which I haven't gotten into a lot of detail. You can automatically create the career tab that I shared with you on the IBM page with a single click. The jobs can automatically get posted to Shine and other job boards. So that's really, I'd like to stop at this point, and as I indicated earlier, anyone who's interested in deep dive into this, perhaps the better format is a one-on-one session with the sales organization and the company that's interested. So I'll stop at this time, Guru, and perhaps focus on answering some questions.
Sure. Thanks for this, Ranjan, and I'm sure this was very helpful for most of our audience here. I do have a few questions, and we can take them. So let me start with this first question. And we keep getting asked this question on a regular basis. Is Facebook truly a professional, is a place to use professionally to be able to contact individuals in the context of a job? And maybe we can take that and then we'll go further from there. Do you want to answer that?
I think today, if you look at Facebook is primarily a social networking site. Where MyParichay comes in is, as we call it, we extract the professional power in somebody's social network. So that's what it is, and we provide all the elements that anyone who is using a social network would like: privacy, security. So if you're in a job search mode, using MyParichay, it's completely private. It's not being shared on your wall, it's not being posted, etc. So I think today, and I think as you saw in the LinkedIn research, most informed talent managers recognize that the talent is on Facebook and there is a large talent pool that is not on LinkedIn. And what we have done is we are agnostic. We want to make sure whether the talent is on LinkedIn or nobody really has a good Facebook solution other than us. So we want to take all that professional value on people's social network and make it available to a recruiter. I'll give you an example. Let me share the screen quickly. As you said, it has the capability to find professional connections. As you can see, in India today, I'll give you the latest numbers. Hold on a second. I need to actually log out of here.
Meanwhile, I'd like to request everybody to keep their questions flowing. Send us any questions you have, and we'll take this up now. Make sure you don't miss out on this.
So MyParichay, are there other questions while I?
Sure.
Go ahead while I pull this up.
So an extension to that question was, how do you use anybody's social profile to actually recruit using Facebook, and basically what they're looking at their activity on Facebook.
I'm not sure
So basically this question is on how do you look at somebody's profile and look at somebody for a best fit candidate, perhaps in looking at their Facebook profile and information to hire, basically.
So more and more candidates are now uploading their resumes. So as you can see in MyParichay, we get about 20% of the folks now have their complete resume uploaded. Right. One of the capabilities we give in MyParichay is a candidate can come in and attach their LinkedIn profile, and we actually index all the data. So it becomes a lot more meaningful way to look at it. And again, this is not really at this point a substitute for something else. It's actually you have found a great candidate, and you know he has probably 10 friends who are from the same school, same background. How do I reach them out? As I showed to you, we have a tool that really you don't have a substitute. Correct. And you can really reach out to them. So it's a way that enhances your quality of search and the quality of candidates.
Correct. Correct.
And
finding passive candidates, I guess. Which is
finding passive or candidates that you believe are actually embedded in the social network of a good candidate or your employees.
Correct.
One of the features that I didn't go into, when a candidate responds to our social ATS, we will tell the recruiter if this candidate is known to an ex or current employee.
Correct.
And that becomes a very quick reference check on the candidate, even before you want to go further into.
Right. And just as a parallel note, just want to leave a thought with everybody. This social ATS platform that we talk about is really a compelling solution even for small and medium companies. This is not necessarily elaborate and extensive. We would like you to actually reach out to us and talk to us and give us a sense of what your recruitment process and system is. We'll be happy to, discuss this in further detail with y'all. This is mostly the questions that I have right now, Ranjan. I think I'd like to thank everybody for their time. And if you wish to reach out to us and want some more information, we'd be happy to set up a one-on-one session with any of you. You can always write back to me on guru@myparichay.in. I'm sure you all have my email address. Thanks, Ranjan, for this session. It was really informative, and we'd look forward to this next month's webinar session. And next month we will be coming back and revisiting employee referral programs and how companies, small or medium-sized companies as well, can leverage social recruitment and employee referral programs and integrate them together to be able to leverage your employee and their network to find candidate leads. So that's mostly it. Thanks everybody for joining us. We hope you had a good session. Look forward to having you all join us again.